Have you ever wondered what future wind turbines might look like? You and I have an insatiable appetite for electricity. Come with me and we'll look at the issues relative to wind farms and the communities that they serve. This is the Windfarm Guy. Hi, this is Dennis Stout, and thank you for joining me for this episode of the Windfarm Guy. You know, wind turbines have come a long way. From years ago in Holland, where they were these wooden structures with cloth blades, to the windmills across the country that extracted water from the ground, and to today's wind turbines that are generating electricity. They tried many different methods and designs. They used two blades and 3 blades and 4 blades, and the old windmills had many blades. They tried horizontal axis turbines and vertical axis turbines, and what you see today is what they determined to be the most efficient wind turbines that generate the most amount of electricity. But it won't stay that way. If there's anything that never changes in this world, it's that things always change. There are new designs on the horizon, and we need to be ready for them. For example, there's an idea out of Japan. It's a vertical axis turbine design that basically looks like a giant egg beater, but it's built very tough. It's called a typhoon turbine, and it's designed to withstand the strongest typhoon. Why did they design this? Well, it's estimated that one typhoon has enough energy in it that that energy could power a country for 50 years. If only they could capture it. Tests are promising because they've built some on a smaller scale, and those tests have been showing some great results. Another idea is a floating turbine. It's been developed and installed, actually. It's basically a tube with a turbine suspended in the middle of it, and the walls around it are hollow and filled with helium. And so it's tethered and then flown like a kite. And they can fly this up to 1,000 feet or more, where the wind up there have 5 to 8 times more power than below. There's also a vortex bladeless turbine. This is a really interesting one. Basically, they're tall poles that vibrate as the wind goes by. They literally capture the energy from the swirling vortices that move through the air around those poles. They can also be grouped in clusters, just like a wind farm. And a neat thing about them is they could be placed in downtown areas around the tall buildings. If you've ever been downtown, you know the wind as it goes through the buildings can have an incredible amount of energy. And it would be something that might be able to be used there. And a great thing about these is they're safe for birds and wildlife as well. Then there's also the wind tunnel tower. These are smaller turbines that are capturing the wind that is essentially ground level, and it compresses and accelerates the air as it goes into the tower and then turns and before it hits the internal turbine. And these are really amazing things because they're capable of producing 600 times more energy than your conventional wind turbine. They're also less expensive, and because of the internal turbine, they're safe for birds as well. There's another one called a wind catching generator that uses that same principle as the wind tunnel tower, but it has megaphone looking things, apparatuses that capture the wind and compress and accelerate it to do the same thing, and those are also safe for birds as well. And then finally, there's a vertical axis turbine that is essentially looks like a long skinny water wheel, and it's mounted vertically. And one of the cool applications of this turbine is they have been installed on medians between opposing lanes of traffic, and so as the wind blows down the road, the highway there, it's turning these turbines. But a great thing about it is as the cars go by, and especially as the trucks go by, the draft behind those causes them to spin even more, even stronger, generating more electricity. Essentially, the vehicles are keeping them running. It's tapping into the energy that we are using to drive our cars and our vehicles. Who knew? If you like the things I've said today, be sure and click like and subscribe. And if you have some questions or comments, you can write those below as well. Why am I mentioning all these small scale things when I deal with utility scale? Well, turbines used to be small ideas, and then they were small turbines. And then as research and technology advanced, they became bigger and bigger. So these ideas, although they may be far-fetched, they could be the next generation. And after all, the better the turbine, the better the industry. This is Dennis Stout, and I'm the Windfarm Guy. Thank you for watching. Working together, we can make good energy decisions and save our planet. I am the Windfarm Guy.